Hey folks, Rich here. Welcome back to the RC Informer YouTube channel. Thanks for coming and stopping by. I see Levi Hunter is in here. I have a new computer set up, so before we kind of start things going, I need to get some text feedback from you guys and let me know that you are hearing my audio okay, because everything is a new computer, new microphones, all that kind of stuff. Everything's set up. I need to make sure you guys are hearing me okay so that there's not just quiet going out. So, whoever's out there, go ahead and chime in. Send me a couple texts so I know that you guys are getting some good sound out of it. I did a test run of this the other day, and with a friend of mine, and it worked okay. So new setup here. I just need to make sure that kind of everybody's getting decent audio. I'm getting good green lights on everything. Good connection speed today, and just need to hear from you guys with a couple of messages, and we'll get started on this whole thing. We're going to be showing you guys a couple of Starship Enterprise models and stuff like that, a little different than the usual RC stuff I'm showing. You guys hear me okay? Awesome. Very good. I got, I'll be using my glasses here every once in a while. Got Bassist King. We hear you. All right, cool. Awesome. I appreciate it. You guys hear me loud enough and everything? So, for those of you that might be new to coming to this channel, this is RC Informer. This is a model airplane site that I've been doing, RC radio control model airplane. So if you guys are Trek fans, I'm hoping to get some Star Trek guys in here checking this out. That's mostly what this is, but guys, Star Trek has a tremendous aviation background to it, heritage to it, that a lot of people don't know. Okay. Because for those of you that don't know, Gene Roddenberry was an airline pilot. He flew B-17s in World War II, and he was also an airline pilot after the war for Pan Am. So a lot of everything that he made was or the shows he made and everything. The shows he made and everything. I'm reading the comments. Like Star Trek and everything else, T.J. Hooker, a lot of movies he made, shows, TV, whatever. It was all based off of everything he did in his life. So, and Star Trek came mostly from, his whole, background as an airline pilot, which kind of blows me away because I ended up there in the same place. So, okay, I'm reading some of the comments here. I'm going to wait for some more guys to get in. It looks like people are jumping in here, so I don't want to get too far into the whole thing. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So let's see. Hey, man, my first live here. You got me to buy the FMS Viper 70, and I love it. Now I want the 90. Yeah, you won't go wrong with the 90. So let's see. That's Eric Rombo. Kind of like Rambo, but Rombo. That's awesome. All right. Steve Engels in the house. Levi Hunter. Where did you get the doll behind you? What doll? Yeah, get more specific. What doll are you talking about? Oh, this one. Is this the one you're talking about? Let me know. Let's see. What do we got? Looking forward to your channel. I have the toss and have pledged the refit. Yes, I ordered a few too myself. That's coming from Dana Spratt. So yeah, and I got the toss Enterprise. I'm going to show you guys. I got this on the secondary market, okay, and I've been dying to open it up. I had it for 2 weeks, and it's killing me because I haven't opened this thing up, and I really want to take a look at it and see what it's like. Watched a lot of other videos on it, and I'm dying to, I just can't wait to open it up and put it on the shelf and all. I built Enterprise models and all that when I was a kid, so but this thing's awesome. Let's see. Who else we got in the house? Let's see. EQ's in the house. Eric Quinn RC. Check out his channel. The P-51 right here. This is the big beautiful doll, guys. This is from FMS Models. Okay, this is their 800 millimeter. So I got I don't have any links below in this video, but I got other links. You guys can get one of these through FMS. So yeah, this is their 800 millimeter. I think it's 2-cell, but I think it runs on 3 as well. So yeah, stick this back here. These are all flying models. Everything here flies, guys. So we'll put this back. So let me stick that up there. Yeah, that's it'll fall. All right, let's see what we got. Old Glory. So FMS model. So you guys can check that out. I'll put that. I can probably put that up later. We're mostly here to try to talk about some Starship stuff, but let's see. So RC Glory's here. 6 to like. And I let the sponsored advertisement play all the way through. Let's get on. Oh, there was an advertisement. What was that for, I wonder? So EQ's here in the house, into Star Trek, Air Hammer. So yeah, I'm doing something different. I'm doing some Star Trek stuff today. Hello, Rich, and to all that are here. That's Air Hammer. And I'll probably wait a few minutes to get back into the game here. But you know what? I'll start showing some things here now, folks. I'll throw up some websites and stuff. Last week's show, I had technical difficulties as I plugged the computer in, had it all ready to go. I was getting a slow stream speed, like 50 megabytes or something, which may be fast for some folks, but I got kids in the house all on this stuff, and usually I get like 900 megabytes a second. We've got fiber optics coming into the house, okay? So we get high speed out of here, especially with 6 people all the time online. But I was only getting like 50 to 100. I knew something was wrong. So I kept trying different plugs, different adapters, and so forth. But it turns out my Thunderbolt port on my computer went bad. And I didn't want to do a bad stream. And I was like, yeah. So I decided to postpone it this week. I went ahead and I got, I have a new computer. This one hopefully is not going to give me trouble. This one's been having problems with the touchscreen. So hopefully Windows don't start popping up and stuff in the middle of nowhere. But it seems to be working stable. I'm getting 950 megabytes a second right now. So you guys should have a smooth stream. You guys should have really good audio right now. And I just want to make sure a few more people jump in, and then we can kind of get talking about all this stuff. So Levi Hunter's here, Trek Nerd, that's right, me too. So I get called Rambo all the time, that's right. So we got Rambo in the house. All right, cool. So, okay, guys, I'll go ahead and start in. What do we got? 7 minutes into this thing. I just want to give people time to get in, but anybody, people can watch this on the restream. You know, if you guys want to check it out later, or you guys know somebody that maybe didn't see it, go ahead and just, you know, pass this on to other folks that maybe hadn't seen the video. So, again, doing something a little different. I've been so busy with so many other things. And, you know, let's talk about what we're going to get into. I've been building our field. For those of you who know that I'm getting the field ready to go. This is the RCINFORMER flying site, and this is what I've been working on. I spent a lot of time doing this. Okay, this is my flying site. So we're going to get this up and rolling. We have our own runway there. This is just a temp runway that you're seeing down there. These are some drone pictures that I took. This is just going to kind of cycle through. So that's our temporary runway. Wesley Miller at Motion RC has been flying out there a lot, and he's going to help me put in like a 300 to 600 foot runway there. And we're going to have a cross runway and all that. And these drone pictures I took, if you look at these pictures, this is all, this is my, you can see my truck kind of next to the runway. I was flying the drone from sitting in the back of the truck filming these. So this is what we're setting up, doing a cross one runway, straight ahead runway, or north-south and an east and west. And my neighbors are cool with me flying over their property. So we'll have 2 runways there, getting ready to put in a building and all that. So we mowed the lawn here, as you can see, just to kind of check out cross and, you know, perpendicular runways and stuff. So, and again, what does all this have to do with Star Trek? Well, Star Trek has a tremendous kind of aviation background to it. So, and we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff. So what are we here mostly to talk about today? And here we go. We're going to get into this right now. This video today is mostly about these Tomy starships that they're putting out. Tomy is a 100-year-old company. I think this is their 100-year anniversary. And I've always been a Star Trek fan. I watched the show since I was 7 years old, and I didn't even realize that you know, kind of I've been learning a lot from Star Trek, and I kind of went the pathway of Star Trek since I was a kid. So, but Tomy is putting out these fantastic die-cast models, and they have this new one that's coming out, and you can see kind of right here. They're putting out one of the, this is from the motion picture, Starship Enterprise. It's a 34-inch long die-cast model. And then also right here, what we're going to do today is, this is the new one that's coming out. And what we're going to show you guys today is the original series version that came out a year ago, okay? And I bought it on the secondhand market a couple weeks back. Want a really special thanks to Brian Thompson out there. He's one of the collectors who bought a bunch of these, and he saw that I was a big fan. And I was asking if anybody had one of these, and he said he had a couple, or he had one left over that he was sort of selling on the secondary market. And I paid more for it, but he gave me a reasonable price to buy one so I could show it to you guys. So we're going to be talking today about the new Tomy Enterprise that's coming out, and we're also going to unbox. Let me see if I can get this. Oops, something. My stream kind of went nuts here. My computer is, my screen is kind of hard to manipulate sometimes. And then we're also going to be talking about, and here's what I'm going to show you here. Let me throw this up there first. So we're going to be talking about this ship right here, which is available now. You guys can get this. It's what they call a crowdfunding campaign, where you basically pay for the model. There's a 6-week window that's opened up, and you can buy it within that time frame, 1, 2, or 3, or kind of as many as you want. When they close that window on September, I think it's 15th, then it goes into production, and then the model gets delivered, I think it's October of 25. So you have to wait for it a bit, but the results of this thing is just simply fantastic. And what I'm going to be showing you guys today, and if you go to Tomy.com, and actually, let me see if I can text that all to you. Here, let me copy that, and I'm going to throw it in the chat, which I'm going to throw the chat up here so you guys can see what's going on. Let me throw that down here. Let me see if I can paste that. Let me hit enter. All right. If you guys go to Tomy.com, you can see where you can buy this thing at. So here, I'll throw this back up here. If you guys go to the screen and click on it, it's going to take you to where you can get it. And it says pre-order now. It went live 3 days ago, so there's like 42 or 43 days left. If you click on that pre-order, okay, which is kind of down at the bottom, this is slow to load, guys. So if you want to get one of these models, give it some time. You've got to actually register, you know, for this and get a password and email and account and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, this is what it is. And this already shows you, Tomy is a 100-year-old toy company. When I was a kid, I remember hearing, you know, Tomy toys where we could buy some of those or different things. They mostly do like cars. That's their main thing. Tractors, all kinds of different plush toys, all kinds of stuff. But they specialize in die-cast models. And this is a 34-inch long die-cast model that they're making, okay? And you have to fund it. You have to pay for it. You get it a year and a half or so later as they produce it. So right now you can see with only 3 days that it's been up, they've achieved almost $3 million and 3,200 backers for this fantastic model. The thing is it's all die-cast, 34 inches long. It is all die-cast, okay? So and it's all illuminated, so it's USB. It's pretty sweet, folks. They've reached 208% of their goal. I think there's a Comic-Con going on in Las Vegas. I think it's still going on, or maybe it just ended. But this is a sample model that they're showing you of the movie Enterprise and what it's going to look like and the illumination of it. And it might differ slightly. It's not going to be exact. This is a plastic prototype. And you guys can run through this whole thing with the link. You can look at the details of all of this, see the size, scope, and it's just simply awesome. Now, I got wind of this crowdfunding thing that Tomy does, and you can see they got all the media here, email, Facebook, Instagram, website. They've done a much better job marketing at this time around. But where I caught wind of all of this stuff was I started seeing videos of this thing, of the original series Enterprise, which we're going to unbox for you guys today and show it. I'm dying to see it. Around last October, November, December, when the first round was being delivered of these things, when the first crowdfunding campaign ended, everybody was showing their models on YouTube, and I was like, holy smokes, this is an awesome model of the original series Enterprise from the TV show. This is the crowdfunding campaign right here, guys, that ended, okay, 741 days ago. And then the models were released, and I started seeing all these videos pop up last year. I'm like, man, where can I get one of those? And everybody's like, no, you can't get one because it's already been funded and it's already been released, and they're never making any more. They destroy the molds of these things, guys, after they're produced, and it's a limited production run. They're expensive. They're not cheap. You know, I think this one was $5.99 to buy one of these. All die-cast metal, all illuminated. This one ran on batteries, and again, we're going to show you that here today. But honestly, for $600, it's not expensive, I don't think. For what you get, I've built Star Trek Enterprise models in the past, and holy moly, it takes a lot to model them. There's engine sag sometimes. You got to put lights in them. It's a kind of a process to build these things. But this is an all completed die cast model that you guys can can just buy, and my God, the value's going through the roof on these things. I mean, they're selling for over $2,000 on eBay and stuff. So, but anyway, this is the kind of the finished model they're showing here. And this will give you an idea. They had some shuttlecraft, the bridge, you can see right through the top of the bridge. We're going to show you all that here today, guys. So stay tuned with us here. We're going to go into, this will give you all the info you need to see on all of this thing. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy this link for you guys as well. And I'm going to drop it in the chat. Let me just change windows for a second here so you guys can check this out. Yeah, this is sweet. This is a display model, guys. It pretty much comes done. Let me send this to you. So if you guys want to look at what this model looked like, and they're only available now in the secondhand market, which is what I bought right here. So, and we're going to crack that up and take a look. Once, like I said, once they produce these things, and here's a couple of really good pictures. This is the inside of the saucer section there, all die-cast metal. There's touch sensors to turn the lights on and off. It's really cool. These are all the color, I guess, swatches they went through for the different colors to make it accurate. This is the boxing of it. These are the instructions, which we'll be showing you all this stuff here today. And then here's a great picture. This shows you all the die-cast metal components of this thing, or at least a picture of them. So you can guys see this thing weighs like 20 pounds when it's done, but it's a significant model. Honestly, guys, for $600-700, it's worth it. I mean, it's such a nice, beautiful model when it first came out. Again, you can't get these anymore except for the secondary market. Okay, but you can get the movie Enterprise now, and we'll show you that here. Show you some video and stuff of that. If you guys want to see some really good, and here's some of the finished model, or I don't know, this might have been the display or the early sample or whatever. There's a video down there, link here, where you guys can watch a video of it. You guys want to see some really good videos too as well. This guy Denobi too, which I'll show his link here in a second. He's got some stuff and some good videos on that too. At least I can go to his thing. I think everybody remembers this. This is the thing that gets me. This was, you guys can probably get some video. Hopefully you guys are getting some sound out of this. This is the scene I remember when people were away from Star Trek for a decade and all of a sudden it became a motion picture. And this is the scene that gets me, is when you first saw the Enterprise after a decade, and now it's on the big screen. And everybody was in awe when they first saw the Enterprise. And this is the ship you guys can get now, which is available. Hopefully you guys are getting the audio on this. I'm going to try and kill it here in a second. You're probably hearing me and the audio. But this was the scene where everybody was like, holy moly. The Enterprise is redesigned. It's in the motion picture Enterprise. It's on the movie screen, and holy smokes, it was such a cool ship. I think they were trying to make it more Ferrari-like, turn it into more of a sports car because it's a little slicker looking. Let me see if I can go a little farther ahead. And then they kind of teasing everybody, and then you get the big reveal at the end here when you get to see the ship from the front, you know. And it was kind of an epic part, you know, for Star Trek fans to see this in the theater in 1979. It was like, holy moly, there it is, the new Enterprise. You know, it was like, wow. So this is the ship you guys can get, but I want to show you the original series Enterprise again, which I have right here, so you guys can get an idea of the quality of what you'd be getting if you got one of these. Guys, I'm not making anything off of this. This is just, I'm just doing this for the kind of the fun of it on my channel, because I missed out on the first one because I didn't know anything about it, and a lot of people didn't know anything about it. These Tomy crowdfunded campaigns, and there'll be more ships to go in the future. So, and one of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit here before we get to the unboxing here is this is the thing that kind of lured me into Star Trek when I was a kid. Was you know, I realized, and you know, when I was 7 years old, I watched Star Trek on TV when I come home from school. It was in syndication. And Gene Roddenberry was basically teaching people morality, ethics. He was commenting on man and society when he created this. But I didn't find out till like 5-6 years ago, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, roughly, that Gene Roddenberry was a pilot. So all of Star Trek is actually based off of Gene Roddenberry's life as a pilot. So he was a bomber pilot in World War II. There he is. So, and it gets even better. And I started realizing, holy smokes, after World War II, he became a pilot for Pan Am. So there he is, flying a Pan Am airplane right there. So, and after that, he went to be a police officer, then went into writing and all that kind of stuff. So Star Trek was really written from really little bits of Gene Roddenberry, and primarily from, you know, his life as a pilot. Okay, so you know, every starship in the Star Trek universe has a captain, a first officer. He's got main engine power, got auxiliary power. When all else fails, you have auxiliary power and batteries. An airplane works that way. Communications, navigations, equipment, everything on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise is and everything on the show is comes directly from Gene Roddenberry's life as a pilot. And when I watched it as a kid, I didn't realize I was kind of being, I hate to use the word indoctrinated, but I was learning as a kid watching Star Trek, you know, and saying, yeah, Captain Kirk is the man. He's got the ship. He always gets the girl in every episode. He gets into like 2.5 fights per episode and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't realize that, as you know, this show, and I know now, it was kind of leading me towards, you know, my career, my life. And this is awesome stuff. I mean, look at this. This is, and I've been doing this little study of this, but there's, I went and looked at this guy's site, and Gene Roddenberry, from airline pilot to Star Trek creator. And you can see here that, you know, that was him in World War II as a pilot. There's got his wings on. And where did the name Starship Enterprise come from? Well, here it is. You know, every plane that he flew, when he flew planes at Pan Am, they were called Clipper, followed by some name. And one of the planes he flew was called the Clipper Enterprise. So he actually he just changed the first name to Starship, and there he was, the Starship Enterprise. That's where he kind of came up with the idea of creating that, creating it as the Starship Enterprise. So, so it's pretty amazing, the connection with Star Trek and aviation. And then, you know, little did I know where I was headed in life, but I realized, oh my God, he's been, you know, I've been sort of being groomed watching Star Trek, you know, and then here's what I've been busy doing. This is where I ended up. This is from a couple weeks back. I just went through Captain Upgrade. Now I realized, holy smokes, my whole life actually was based off of Star Trek. I mean, I literally watched the show and said, well, what role do I want to be? Well, shoot, I want to be captain. So there I am. I'm captain on a Boeing 757 now. So, and I've been flying for airlines for quite some time now. But I made it there not really knowing kind of where, you know, I mean, I watched this show and I watched things like it, and it led me to a path here without really even knowing it until after the fact. And I was like, that's why, you know, what I'm doing is so familiar to, you know, Star Trek, and Star Trek kind of led me on to this. So, you know, thanks to Gene Roddenberry, you know, a lot of us have ended up where we wanted to be. You know, you've got guys that became ship engineers and shipbuilders because of Scotty. You know, Lieutenant Uhura was the first black female officer, like, on television, and that, oh my God, the amount of Martin Luther King even told Nichelle Nichols she couldn't leave the show. She wanted to leave to go to do some live performance type stuff. He said, you can't leave. You don't realize the benefit that you are, you know, that you are doing for the Black community. And he goes, people finally see us as in positions in good positions in life, and so forth. So it's amazing. Star Trek has led to so many careers and so many people going in the right direction. That's pretty amazing. So anyway, I've been so busy, and that's why I've been doing a lot of RC stuff. So I've been working on, you know, captain upgrade and stuff, and I've been working on the flying field. So that's kind of what we're, you know, what I've been busy doing. So anyway, I'll put some of this aside. I just wanted to kind of share this with everybody because it's pretty significant what impact Star Trek has made, you know, on society and so forth. And we're going to be looking at this ship right here. This is Denobi 2's. This is Denobi 2. He's a YouTube guy. He does a great review. In fact, let me put. I'll put that up there so you can check his out. We're going to be doing this live. What he's showing you here, I'm going to be showing it to you guys live. Okay, so let's see. And Eric Quinn, yeah, Eric, I was just about to say what you just commented on. You're right. If you guys remember in the early days of cell phones, you know, what we had was flip phones. So our early flip phones came right out of Star Trek communicators. Also, anytime you'd see Spock on the bridge, he was holding these little data cards, and he would put it into the computer, and there you go. That's an SD card. That's a memory card. That's a disk, a computer disk. all this stuff came from Star Trek. It started all with an idea, you know. So it's pretty epic, the contribution Star Trek's made. So I stuck to Nobi too. I don't know the guy, but he really does a good video. So you guys can check this out at a later date, at another time. But check that video out. He does a really good job on this kind of stuff. So I'll let me see if I can pause that. Yeah, that's on pause, I think. So, but anyway, we're gonna get to this unboxing right now. So if you guys are all ready, let's go ahead and do this. And I'll put a timeline in here where people can go right to the unboxing, because I'm dying to open stuff. It's been killing me having this thing in the house, and I can't open it up because I want to do it on the live show. So here we go. Let's get to it. Let me close the window. Hang on a second. I'm getting a little this. I got so many windows and stuff open. So let me close. Let me find where it's at here. And let me get that closed up. There we go. Okay, so we're back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's get into the. Oh, one more thing. This is kind of cool. I'm going to show you this. Let me check my upper camera since we're here. This is a book I had from a long time ago, Where No One Has Gone Before. And this is just to show you what it says in here. This is my upper camera here. Let's see what we got. Hopefully you guys can all see that. But this is what kind of gets me, is that this was where Gene Roddenberry, and I hadn't even read this kind of earlier on, but this talks about how he was casting different members of the show. And here's where he said, from the beginning, I knew exactly. Oh, there's my camera shaking. Sorry, guys, if I smooth that out. He said, from the beginning, Roddenberry knew exactly what sort of man should captain the Starship Enterprise. Like any writer, he said, all the characters came out of pieces of me. Captain was sort of the eternally cool, resourceful airline pilot I wish that I had been. So there you go. It's right there in writing, from Gene Roddenberry, pretty much directly, that he designed all of Star Trek, and especially himself, Captain Kirk. He got from him his whole experience as being a captain. So anyway, guys, let's show you this model. I'm dying to see it. I've seen it on other folks' site, but man, I've been trying to get this thing out of the box. Having a little drink here, so let's open this thing up. Let's check it out together. And I got a scale here. I want to weigh this thing. Don't let me forget, because this thing is awesome, guys. This is like the coolest model. Like I said, I built Starship Enterprise models myself in the past, and they're very difficult to model right, especially if you're going to stick lights in them and stuff. So let's get to this. Let me get all this out of here and put some things away. Let us open up the big tamale here and check this thing out. Like I said, I'm dying to see. Let me check my upper camera. That should get us. I think that's the lowest my desk will go. So I may have to run this back a little bit, because we'll open this from the top too. I'll try to get this at a better. That's probably a little better angle there, maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. So let's open this up. Let me get my here. My knife is gone. Yeah, figures. The knife has disappeared on me. Oh no, here it is, right here. So let's get this open. Let's check it out. Let me do a little bit of kind of moving with my camera. I'll put this right in the middle so you guys can check this thing out. And I'll try to check out comments and see what you guys are doing. So let's see. Nichelle Nichols was spectacular. Yeah, she was a doll. There's a lot of stuff about Nichelle Nichols, Captain Kirk. That was like the first. They said it was the first interracial kiss on TV between her and Kirk, and they didn't really think anything of it. People went nuts, I guess, over that. And I think Nichelle Nichols later said something like, "People have been doing that all the time." She goes, "People have always been doing that." She goes, "It's just the first time they showed it on TV." So she goes, "It's nothing. It wasn't anything new to everybody at the time. They didn't even think anything of it, but everybody was nuts over it." So. All right, guys, here we go. We're getting this open. Let me see if I can get these little corner braces. When you guys get your Enterprise model, it's going to come pretty well packed. They do a nice job packaging this. I'm trying to get these corner pieces off that kind of protect this thing. Let me go around. Let's see if I can get into that. There we go. Pull those off of there. Get this one off. So if you guys get one of these from Tomy, like I said, I got the link there for you. Again, I'm just doing this for fun. This is not, I do affiliate marketing links and stuff with model airplanes and stuff. This isn't any of that. This is just going off some stuff I like. I'm not a huge collector of things, really. You know, there's a lot of guys that have collect a lot of Star Trek stuff, but I just like this kind of stuff. I like Starship models. I don't have a whole, you know, I don't have cabinets full of this stuff. Some guys do, and that's great. A lot of good collectors out there, but I just like the things I like. I got some Star Wars lightsabers, that kind of stuff. I'm into that. Let's see. He has a nice video of the Refit Enterprise from STBL. Yeah. Let's see. EQ's here. Air Hammer. The original Enterprise is in the Smithsonian. Yeah. Now this model, guys, just like Air Hammer's saying, this is modeled after the original model in the Smithsonian, if I'm not mistaken. They did their best to try to you know, to copy it. So here's what this looks like, guys. Again, these are not available, you know, really on the open market. They're available on the secondary market. Okay, but you can find some somewhere. But that's it. They only made a certain number of these, and then that was the end of them. So they just don't produce them. It was meant to be. It was all meant to be a limited production model, and it was meant to be a collector's type item. But you had to know about it. That was what disturbed. I'm trying to keep the language good. That was one of the things that disturbed me when I found out about this towards the end of last year. I had no idea that anything like this was going to go into production. So for them to produce it again would sort of, and I've become to understand that it would kind of negate a little bit the licensing. They would have to get all new licensing and stuff, and it would kind of go against, I guess, the original production of this one, because, well, people bought it knowing that it would only be limited production. There wouldn't be too many of them made. So, man, I killed my back the other day, so I'm kind of moving slow here, guys. So this thing's heavy, guys. Like I said, this is like a 20 some odd pound, 25-pound model. And it's just cool. I mean, you know, I've built Starship Enterprise. Like I said, I built Enterprise models before. Oh man, that hurts. But they've always been smaller, like this big, or you know, this thing is the size of this box. So, well, I'm so excited to see this. This is cool stuff. So, let's see what we can get going here. And again, the idea here is you guys can see what you're going to get if you get one of the motion picture Enterprise models. I might activate my desk. I'm pushing the buttons here. Let's see. Let's get this over here. Let me pull this. See if I can get this thing off of here. So I can drop this box. Boom! The Eagle has landed. So let's get this where it's supposed to be. Figure out how we open this up. But this is cool. They're going to give you some good packaging when you guys get this thing. Say it's premium packaging. So, they do a great job boxing these things up. But again, this is a collector's item, folks. You're not gonna, you know, get anything better than that. Mine took a hit here, but for me, this is a display model. This is not something for me to resell. Maybe years from now, when I'm dead and gone, my kid can sell it. So, like, let's see, collector item type deal. Let's see, Steve Engel, small piece can break off. Careful with the bottom of the bottom of the saucer section on this has a little probe sticking out, and if you put it down on that, he's right, you can break it off. So again, you guys can maybe find these on the secondary market, but it's nothing that's available for purchase, you know, retail wise. You have to get it from eBay or somewhere, and they've gotten pricey. So I think there'll always be a market for these. I think there'll always be a market for this stuff. So some guys are buying just one. Guys are buying several of them. Some guys like to sell them on the second market, and that's fine. But here's the deal. You have to pay for them sort of in advance. So when the sale window opens up, which is open now, and it closes around September or so, I think September 15th, they bill your credit card or whatever it is. Thing is if you buy one of these things, you shouldn't have any problem selling it and getting it back later. You'll be able to sell it for what you bought it for easily. So, because there's a lot of Star Trek collectors, there's always new Star Trek fans. Let me see if I'm opening this the right way. I may not be. I don't think I am. Let me flip this real quick. Neat packaging here. This also comes with batteries. Oh, one other comment I want to make. Anybody that has these in storage or has one of these that's not open, like this one just was, I just opened it up. I just devalued it a little bit. But there's batteries in this apparently. So not in the ship itself, but included in the box. So if you got batteries sitting around in this thing, they can corrode and stuff over time. So keep that in mind. I don't think it'll harm the model. I don't think so, but keeping alkaline batteries for a long time sealed in a box like this could potentially be a problem later. Yeah, killing my back. Tomy should do a large F-14 Tomcat. Yeah, you know, that's a good idea. That's from Cameron Williams. They should do some airplanes. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, that they ought to. Tomy makes, in fact, hang on one sec. They make some crazy stuff. Like if you go to, let me go to their website thing again. Tomy makes some crazy things. I mean, cool stuff. But here, let me see if I can get this to, see if I can get down to, there's all these different, if you guys see this, they make tractors and stuff and combines and stuff. So like you can go to their site and look at the detail that they put into some models, tractors and stuff. And I'm trying to, shoot, where was that darn thing? They had, geez, they had this crazy combine I saw. Here, view all, here, let me go up to here. But they sell just phenomenal die-cast models. These guys are like Tomy's like the master of die-cast models. I mean, the stuff that they make. There was this combine they had that they were doing. It was just incredible. I don't know what the heck it is. Saw it in here. Anyway, you guys get the gist of it. They make some serious tractor models and stuff that you can pre-order, and they're big. Some of them are big like this thing is. So here, let me get rid of the website. Let's get this going. Can't wait anymore. I don't even know. I don't know if these are, well, they're probably just numbered. I don't think they are. Man, let me see if I can get over here and open this thing up. See if I can pull this. Yeah, this is not an easy thing to get out. This is big, guys. All right, let's see. We'll go here like this and then pull this out. Probably do it. Big model. Nice thing is, there's really not much assembly. You connect the saucer section and with the secondary hull and all that kind of stuff. So okay, let's pull this out. There we go. There's our box. So I'll probably take care of the box as good as I can, just because, it's a nice box. You can always package it back up and ship it somewhere if you need to. But I'm going to keep in mind. There's your box. There we go. So that's it. This was their Prestige Select, they called it. Okay, but the new one is called the newer I guess branding they're putting on it is called Tomy Plus. So that's what it's going to be from now on. So, all right, here we go. Let's get it all out of here. We'll go to you can see what it looks like on top. This is the big display stand. That there's two-part stand for this thing. Let me get my my knife. Let's cut around this whole thing. Get this open. Go all the way around. I'll go to my top view so you guys can check out. I'm just cutting from here. I may even take this out to the flying field and hang it up there. We're gonna have a building and everything in, so we may do display models there. Probably have some engine models. We'll have train planes out there, teach people to fly. We'll have the whole gambit out there. So coming around here to the front, switch this around. You guys can see. All right, I'm the only person with a singularity camera on the channel, right? So see if we get to that. Okay, that should pop that open. All right, here we go. Now, let's take the top. Actually, let's do this first. I'll go to the top view so you guys can see what we're working with. This is what you get in the top. I imagine the Enterprise, the motion picture Enterprise will probably be similar. It's going to be a different stand though. This stand, a lot of people didn't like the stand. It was too big and bulky, but I don't know. I think it's nice. It's pretty bland. It's just painted like sort of gold, like the Star Trek, Starfleet logo there. So, if actually while I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to tap on my screen here so I can see some chats I'm watching. Sorry, give me a second to maneuver, folks, while I look at my chat log there. See if I can get to, yeah, I can see it now. Good. Okay, it's on my screen. Sorry about that. But this is one piece to it. So you put in there's a clear section that bolts onto here from underneath. So we'll put this aside for a second. Keep that over there. Get some of this stuff out of here. Here's another piece right there. This is I think the front section. So these kind of fit together, I guess is the way it is from the videos I've seen. They kind of go together because this, I think the back half here supports the main ship. This section was designed to hold just the saucer section up so they can be separated on the stand. Well, they can go together and be displayed together. So a lot of guys didn't like that. Some did, some didn't, but I think it's a cool feature. So we'll take the two of these. These are really the only, there's one screw to put the ship together, but this has a few screws to put each of the clear parts of this thing that actually hold the pylons and it can hold the stand up. So let me put these back here because we're going to get these together. And let's get all this out of here. I don't think there's anything else in here, just some of this. So if you guys are ready, here we go. Let's see. See how many viewers do we have here, by the way? Let me look and see. Got 27 guys here. That's good for a Sunday. We're not having really haven't done too much promo early on for this thing. That's what the inside looks like. And here you go. That's how the ship looks like. Wow, look at that. That is slick. Holy moly. That's it. Look, see that compared to the size of my hand. Look at that thing. These are the instructions that came with it. Here's the batteries I was talking about. One part runs on 4 AA's, one part runs on the 4 AAA's. This is your kind of box of it. This is what it looks like. These are instructions which you can get on the website. 12-month limited warranty. So we're putting Tomy to the test here because we're doing this live, folks. So any problems we find with this, we're going to see it. Like I said, it's no longer in production, but here's your certificate of authenticity for the Enterprise right there from Tomy. And let's see, this is a 12-month warranty. So this might be out of warranty because I just got it. You know, it's secondary market, so it is what it is. And then here's your instructions. You know, same thing. Here's the front of it. It shows you all the different parts. There's the back section of the ship, saucer section, front of the nacelle or front of the secondary hull. And there's all your pieces for your stands and pylon stands and all that kind of stuff. So, and then here it shows you how to assemble everything right here. There we go. Screws underneath. And then this is the part that says warning, do not crush that part. A lot of guys crushed these while they were doing their videos. Didn't know that that little thing was sticking out right there. So yeah, I'm excited to see this, man. This is so cool. I'll have this all lit up here shortly. Once we get this going, I'll put batteries in. We'll make it glow. So anyway, there's all the instructions. I've read through all this stuff. There's a little shuttlecraft and all kinds of stuff. So here we go, folks. Let's get some of the pieces out. I'll pull this out first. These are some of your shuttlecraft, which there's a few of them here. And this is one of the complaints that came out of with this model was the shuttlecraft. Kind of goofy looking. I just dropped it. Shuttlecraft. Here, I'll zoom so y'all can see what they look like. They're die cast, but for some funky reason, they did a 2-part out of them. Like they see how the side is kind of like one side is, they made them 2 pieces. This one isn't even fit together that well. A lot of people complained about that, didn't like it. Looks like this one fits together a little bit better. I'm going to throw my glasses on actually so I can see these things. Again, this is one of the complaints people had, but you know, these were kind of an after thing. One is Galileo, I think one's Copernicus, one's something else. So these just go back in the shuttle bay, but these are just little shuttles, little die-cast shuttlecraft. And then additionally, one of the other parts that was in here is the shuttle bay door, which is back here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is magnetic. So that'll just go onto the back of the ship. Pretty simple thing. So I'm going to take those pieces and I'm going to put them right back here, folks. So don't let me forget that I put those there. All right, I'll go back to our top view here. So these are out. This is one of the stand pieces that fits onto the, drop it. This fits onto the main. This is the main thing that holds the ship up. This plugs into the underside of the ship. These two little plugs, and that holds the whole thing up. So a lot of people didn't like the stand either, but you know the ship model's so nice. I'm almost wondering if you could hang this model. It's heavy, but you know because it's battery powered, you could hang it almost that would think. So let's get all this stuff off of here. Let's pull this out of here. Get all this packing stuff out of here. See, this is another part of the stand. This is for the front saucer section that goes around. This is really, really unique how they did this. A lot of people, again, didn't like this, but I hate to be going negative, but that's what a lot of people have said. But we'll see when it's all together. We'll check it all out together here and see what we all think of it. I'm just going to put these pieces over here. And then let's get into here. Look at this. Wow, look how nice this thing is. Holy smokes. Let me get a couple of these other pieces out here. This is the top cover, magnetic, for the impulse engine on the top of the saucer section. There's one screw to put this thing together. To put both, there's one bolt that bolts the front and back half together. And then there's a bunch of little screws to put the stand together. So we'll get that together here shortly. Let me put that back here as well. And then let's get these pieces out. Look how nice this is. Holy smokes. Wow, look at that. Look how nice this thing is huge. Look at my hand. Look how big this thing is. So that's probably got about 10 pounds by itself. So yeah, I'm blown away. This is awesome. Look at the detail on this thing. So yeah, this is fantastic. I washed my hands before I came up here. So, but man, this thing, the finish on this is tremendous. Let me pull this thing out of here. I mean, all these things. Sorry, my camera's shaking there. All these lights light up. These are probably supposed to be reaction control jets. These are all supposed to be strobe lights. Bridge lights up. This all lights up, and this is a touch sensor. Right here is this is the switch for turning the front lights on. You just tap it. It's a touch sensor. Let's pull this out of here. Holy smokes, this thing is heavy. Wow. Oh, smoly, holy moly. This is fantastic. Look at this. Actually, it does have panel lines on it. Look at this. I didn't really realize this from some of the videos that I watched. But take a look. It does have panel lines. It's got panel lines all the way around here. And the paint job is phenomenal on this. Wow. I'm starting to think that the $600 they asked for this is almost not enough. Wow. This is nice. Great decal or paint application. I'm not sure if that's decal or paint. But look at that. And they did some weathering on the front. And again, this weathering was supposed to be based off of the Smithsonian model of the actual TV Enterprise. So look how nice that is. Look at the underside. This is the part people are talking about. Don't put the saucer section down, okay, on that part. This apparently turns and opens. Very nice. Plastic on it. There's your battery tray for lighting that thing up. We'll put that back on. It just kind of turns and kind of locks in. And then here's your saucer section separation, probably taken from the technical, like some of the Starfleet technical manuals, and how you could, the ship could separate its saucer from the primary hull, from the secondary hull, and it could fly on its own as a sort of a lifeboat type thing. But look at the color. Actually, my camera, from what I'm seeing, really shows the color and the weathering and kind of the detail well. It almost looks it's obviously machine painted, but man, it's neat. Now, one of the things folks complained about, which I don't have a problem with at all, is these screw cap covers. That was something they didn't like. And I think in the new model they're using the grid pattern as the cap covers. So you won't notice them, shouldn't be able to notice them. So, but man, look at the paint job done on this. I mean, this is outstanding. All this lights up too, folks. All of this stuff lights up. And wow, this is another issue a lot of people had, was this seam right here. Because the original Enterprise doesn't have that seam. But here's the deal, guys. It's die-cast metal. Die-cast has its limitations. You can only do so much with it. So it has to be some sort of a seam line anywhere. Doesn't bother me that much, though. When you see this thing lit up, it's absolutely outstanding. So you just don't want to put the model down on this because you'll crush it. This is some sort of a sensor probe. It almost looks like a phaser array or something, but I think it's supposed to be a sensor probe. But wow, look at the detail. I mean, this is phenomenal. See your impulse engines there in the back. Listen to this. I mean, this thing is heavy. So I brought a scale just to kind of jack around with this and see what it weighs. Actually, I'm curious. Let's do this. Let me flip this. Oh, look at this. You can even see into the bridge. This is super cool. Look at this. There it is. You can see the captain's chair down into the bridge. All that lights up. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do this. I'm going to go to my regular camera here for a second so you guys can see how big this is. This is the size of this thing. You can see it compared to my chest. It is a big, honking, just all metal, super high quality. I don't think I've ever even seen anything like this. The videos I've seen almost don't even do justice to it now, seeing it like for real. I mean, this is nice. This is top quality. It doesn't really get too much better than this. Again, die-cast metal has its limitations. You can only do so much with it, but you can do a lot with it. You're just going to have some seams, some screw cap covers, things like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right here for a second. And let me see. I don't know if these batteries are even going to work, but let me do this. Let me get into this. Let me go to the top view one more time. Let me zoom in. Let me see if I can grab a screwdriver here. Get closer to this thing. Let's get some batteries in this part. We'll do one piece at a time, so I don't have too much going on here. Let me grab a screwdriver, which I have down here, hopefully in the bag. See what we got. It's the right kind. This is I think this needs a Phillips. Let's try. I got a little Phillips head here. I'm be careful about to drop anything in this. Let me see if I can get that. That's probably not the right size for this. Yep, no, that'll do it. Be careful not to strip the screw. Let's get that open. Yeah, it comes open okay. Once you get that turning, you should be able to pop this up. And you can see there's actually some LEDs. If you guys look close enough, there's a couple of LEDs in there that light up the dome. So you can kind of see right there, there's an LED right there. And there's one on the opposite side, kind of right there. Let's see if I can pry this up and get into here with it. You want to be careful not to drop anything. You could scratch this paint probably pretty darn easily. So, and I think this is AAA. Pull the ones out of the box. These have been here for a year. You can see these. These are on the side of the box. Let's see if I can open these up and see if these even work. They probably should because it's not that old. It hasn't been in here too long. Anything that's got sticky tape on it and stuff, you don't really want to get on the model because the model's painted. The detail on it's incredible. You don't want to get anything sticky. Pull the paint off it, probably something got stuck to it. So let's see if we can get this in here. Looks like the spring side is there. Spring side is there. Let's put that forward. Let's put that forward. I think I did that right. And then let's try to put this back on. Put that back down in there. It should be spring loaded in there. See if I can get this in lined up. You guys are seeing what I'm doing. It's just this simple of a thing. Nothing major. Let me see if this does light up. There we go. It's lighting up. There we go. Let me get a better screwdriver, folks. Let's see, we need something for that. Let's go with this one here. This is probably a little better. You definitely don't want to screw up that thing. Yeah, too tight. You don't want to strip this because I think it's going in the plastic. There we go. That's probably good enough. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this back on and turn it. And there we go. So that's our saucer section. So let's go back. Let's check this out. It seemed to be lighting up fairly well. Put this up. Flip it around. And we'll test the touch sensor. See if everything working. Yep, the lights are coming on. See all that? Fantastic. Look at that. Look how nicely that all lights up. Got flashing strobes. Very cool on the side. And you tap it several times and it does more things. I think if you tap this, there's your impulse engines coming on. And these little red lights here. We're going to look at this thing in the dark. In fact, you know what? I'll go hit the lights right now. and we'll take a look. What do you guys think so far? This is pretty cool, huh? Let me put it down like this. Let me go hit the light switch real fast. Let me get this out of here. Turn that one on too. This will give you guys a real good idea of how this thing looks. So check this out. This is just awesome. I'm holding it here from the other side. And you guys can see how nice. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me hit the other light because I think it's too dark almost. You can almost see the lights. We'll hit that secondary light. I gotta put them slightly lower. But there you go. Check this out. This is impressive. I'm standing on the other side of the table here just to show you all this. Look at that. All lit up. Y'all can see how nice that is. Man, this is some neat stuff. So that's it, fully illuminated, all the way around the sides, flashing strobes, and that turns it off. So one step turns on most of the lights. The other one turns on the impulse engines, it looks like. Yeah, there you go. Very cool. The rest of the ship lights up with its own batteries too. So this is impressive, folks. This is a serious model. Let me get the light back on. We're gonna draw off the lights later too. Take a much closer look at all the stuff. Get this box out of the way. All right. Very cool. So I'm curious now how much this thing weighs. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this over here. And I'm going to grab a scale right here. And I'm curious, it's heavy stuff. So let me turn this on. There it's coming on. And I'm going to grab something that is sort of padded, if I can find something here. And let me see if I can put this on top of here. And let's see what this weighs. I'm just going to put it on the center. Right now it's showing nothing. But I'm going to go to mode, pounds. I'm just going to put it on the scale. And I'll give you all a read here. Put the balance on there. 6.45 pounds. So this weighs 6 pounds. It's like a weight. So in ounces, that's grams. It's 2,900 grams, 103 ounces. So very heavy. Very nice. The detail on it's incredible. So yeah, like I said, it's heavy metal here, baby. Very cool stuff. So let's do this. Let's go back to our regular camera. I'm going to take this, flip it upside down. I'm going to put it on this pillow. I stuck this pillow here just for that reason. You always want to put it down on something that's kind of soft. Obviously, if you're doing this, turn that off. Let me put this over here. Let's get back over to this. Slide this all back over. And the only part really I think to come out of this box right now is the aft section of the ship. I'm going to leave all this in there. Oh, I take that back. Down here, this is the sensor, the main sensor array on the front of the ship. Some people call it the dish. This thing is super heavy. This is all metal. There's no plastic on this, I don't think. This is solid metal, all of this. So very nice. It's got some weathering on it, weathering paint on it. You see it's a screw holding everything in right there. And this is how this thing locks into the main. These are two little locking tabs that lock it in. You rotate, lock it into the secondary hull. So very cool, folks. This is some heavy metal here once again. So let's get the whole back half of the ship out. And I think the new Enterprise, the motion picture Enterprise, is all going to come in one piece. I think you just take it out of the box and plug it in USB style. Let's go ahead and get this out of here. These are the batteries. Open these up. We seem to have held it charged fairly well. Again, anybody that has one of these models that has it in the box and hasn't opened it when you're going to sell it later, consider these things. These can corrode and go bad in the box. So kind of think about that. If you have batteries in like alkalines that are in something that's been sitting there for a while, they start to corrode after time. Not in a year, but depending on how cheap the batteries are. These are GPs. These are pretty lightweight. I don't know. It says extra heavy duty. So anyway, double A's. So all right, let's get the tamale out. You guys ready? let's get this thing out of here. I'm going to grab this from somewhere. Let's see if I can grab this whole thing and pull it all out of here. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do this from this view, because I think you guys will be able to see this better. Let me give you all a little bit of zoom on this here. Let's go zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to go down and at an angle a little bit here. Let's see so y'all can see this. Let's see, let's go down with it a little bit. There we go. That's probably better right there. All right, let me grab one of these engines. These pylons. I don't know if there's a place to get in and grab this. This thing is enormous. Holy smokes. Wow. Man, this thing is a beast. Holy, now look at that. There it is. This is huge, folks. And it is heavy. So one more topside view. Actually, let's go to the top side so y'all can see this. Super, super nice. There is one piece here I missed. This is holds the saucer section up, I believe. It's just part of the display stand with a clear rod here. Stick it down over there. But man, holy smokes, look at this darn thing. Let me see if I can zoom on this a little bit from the top camera. Wow, look at that. This is where you put the batteries in. This is your section there that joins the interconnecting dorsal. For those of you who don't know what this is, people call this a fin, this center section, or they call it a neck or whatever. But in reality, the actual technical term is interconnecting dorsal. It's a dorsal fin, of course, just like on a whale or shark or something. But it's technically an interconnecting dorsal. So it connects the main saucer section to the secondary hull. But man, this thing is a beast. Again, folks, you're going to have some seam lines right along here that, part of the die cast, construction. Can't avoid all that. There's some seam lines right along here. Let's see that. They did their best to hide some of them with some of these little square pieces and stuff. But you can't hide all of it. You're going to have, like, there's a seam line across the bottom right here. These are some of the original markings on the original Enterprise from the Smithsonian model. They actually duplicated. I don't know what they all mean. I used to know, actually. But you can see a seam line running across here. And wow, this is awesome. This is your touch sensor right here to turn the lights on the back. And wow, the detail of this is just tremendous. I mean, let me see if I can zoom a little bit here on some of these things. Not too close, but let's see if I can get on some of these. So there you go. Look at that. Again, that's just some of the hardware, probably in some Starfleet technical manual somewhere, of how the front and the back half of the ship separated. And they duplicated it in this according to that. So if you're into the technical side, you probably know all that stuff and what it is. And but look at the detail on this. This is a flashing light, different color lights back here. The bridge, or the shuttle bay, all lights up. All this stuff. We'll get some batteries in there, and we'll check that out. The engines rotate, so we're going to plug all that in. So let's do this. Let me take this and put it sort of upside down, and I'll get us a good view from the front. Let's just put that down carefully on there, and let me switch camera views here so you guys can see what this looks like. This is the whole thing upside down. This is just fantastic. I mean, this is so cool. So I hope you guys are liking this. Like I said, if you know somebody that doesn't get to see this, please tell them to come check it out. I just thought doing it live would be cool. I wanted you guys to see kind of my reaction to it, just seeing it for real. And this is definitely super cool. I mean, it's for Star Trek fans, it's a dream come true, kind of having a nice model like this. In fact, let me tell you what, I'm going to move this closer, and I'm going to move my camera over to match me. There we go. That's better for me. So you guys should be getting a real good, clear view of all this. Like I said, I'm using my zoom lenses and all that to get you guys in on this. It's all weathered. You can see the weathering around the front and how a nice job they did. And so let's get this off of here. I'm just going to use this screwdriver very carefully. This is very finely painted, this model. It's meant to look weathered again, just like the Smithsonian model. It's meant to mimic that exactly. So I'll get that hatch cover off, and we'll put our batteries in. So let me take a look. I'm going to stick my head right in front of there. Let's see which ones are which. I think these are the springy ones here. You put no, that's not it. Got that wrong. The spring are usually alternating. Yeah, that's the spring end right there. I'll put that negative, or yeah, negative towards the spring, plus towards the hard point. There we go. We'll get that in there. And then let's put this back on there. Oh, actually, this is a machine screw. That's a good thing. This is a machine screw that goes right into metal. I assume the other one's probably the same way. I didn't really look at it that close, which is good. That means it's not tapping into plastic, so that's high quality. Probably the way it ought to be. Let's get that in there. That looks like that goes in there tight. And then this just goes on this piece, which is heavier than all get out. This thing will go right on here. So let's slide that in. Very careful. I'm trying not to scratch the paint because this kind of, yeah, it should all just fit in there. And then you rotate this so it matches. So let's get that. Let's see, it's a pretty tight fit there, I guess. Oh wait, no, I put it on. Oh no, it goes this way. I'm turning it the wrong way. And you get these to line up. Once these kind of square areas line up, it's locked into place, and that's where it should be. But check out the weathering detail. Pre-weathered. You see all this along here. The detail on this is just amazing. Let me zoom up, just not legal back. This section is blue right here too on the dorsal fin. That's what the actual, studio model was like. So let me zoom this up. And man, look at the details. The little markings on the hull, which were, again, identical, I guess, to the studio model. And all the little markings along there. Very, very cool stuff. So here, let's check this out. Let me go back to this view. Let me zoom out just a little bit. And let's take a look at how this looks. I'm going to show you this too. This is a complaint people had too, which doesn't bother me that much. This was probably the biggest eyesore. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it from the other camera because I think it is better that way now that I'm looking at it. This was probably the biggest point of contention for a lot of people. Doesn't bother me that much because I know it's a die-cast model. It's not perfection, and you're limited with die-cast stuff. And the original studio model, was probably made out of fiberglass or something. But it's all these areas here. Let me see if I can. I'm not really showing you that really good. Let's go here. All of these little screw cap covers. And I think that this was the side of the model right here. All these screw cap covers. People didn't really like that. I don't really like it either, but it's kind of a necessary evil to be able to screw the two halves of this thing together. So they had to kind of do something to get all of this thing working. This is all die cast. When this thing's in the dark, you can't see them anyway, or it's in sort of dusk. All the screw cap covers. You needed some screws to screw this together. I guess the advantage is in the future, if this thing ever has a bad bulb or something, you got to replace it. I guess you can unscrew this. I don't know. But man, look at the detail on. I can't get over some of the weathering, like on the front section here, especially. Look at the detail on that. Look at that. It just looks weathered and worn. And again, they use the actual Smithsonian model, I think, to kind of model this. So anyway, and this should light up if I touch the sensor. So here we go. We're putting Tomy to the test. Let me tap this. And there you go. The engines have just come on. You can't see them so much, but let me get the, oh wow, you could hear it too. Oh wait, hang on guys. Let me put this down for a second. Let me zoom out. Let me see, what do we got for viewers here? We got about 18 guys here. All right, that's okay. Let's see, let's go back to this. Let me turn this on. Turn the light off. Let's check this out. You guys will be able to see this here. Batteries might be low too. This is in the box a little while. But here, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and fire this up and see how it looks. There's your engines. Check that out. Look at that. Just like the movie, or just like in the TV show, rotating. At least I think they are. So let me turn it again. Let me hit the button one more time. There, now they're rotating. You see that? Oh, you can hear it humming. It has different stages. If you hit it again, they start really turning fast. There you go. So check out the detail on that thing. I'll zoom in a little bit so everybody can see. Very cool. A little flashing strobe back here. You got the shuttle bay is all lit up. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Y'all can maybe see that in there. That's way lit up. Geez, I can't even get the camera to see that in there, but the detail on this thing is incredible. And man, those engines are cool. Here, let me go to the top view here so y'all can see. So if you tap it, let me see if I tap it again. This is off. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit here. There we go. Tap it one time. The engines just kind of light up and just kind of percolate. Hit it again, and they actually start rotating. They probably copied the actual, studio model to give the exact look, pretty much, of the original Enterprise and how they lit up. So I'll hit it again, and they really start spinning fast now. On, spinning faster, spinning even faster, I think, and then off. So really neat. Let's see, very cool. So again, here's your, man, the detail on this is just incredible. Look at the lighting back there on the hull, on the top of the shuttle bay, inside the shuttle bay. I don't know that I can even get in there. Look, there's detail inside of there. Let's see if I can turn this. There's sort of a little bridge tower thing in there. Really neat. All the lights light up in the back. Very cool stuff. Flashing light right here. And all the hull lights. Everything's all lit up. I'm assuming from the TV show, because it's been a while since I've watched it, this is a different color, and this one's a different color back here. That one's green. I don't know why, but I think on the TV show that's how it was. So I just touched the light and turned it off. But wow, that is some neat stuff in there. I wish I could get the detail of that a little bit better. Let me see if I can zoom this camera back in here. Yeah, there you go. See the shuttle bay? Those lights kind of don't let you really see in there that well, but look at the doors. Again, there's a little tower there. You can see all that detail on the side. And then I'll turn it this way. Again, another tower on the other side, kind of right there. And that goes blurry. But man, really neat ship. Very nice lighting package. Big blue light on the top here. Very, very cool. So, and check this out on top of the engines. There's this little teeny tiny light right here that lights up as well, along with those engines turning. Man, it hums. It makes a little hum sound. I don't think you guys can really hear that. It's a little very quiet kind of hum, but man, very neat stuff. So I'll go back to my sort of regular shot here. I have my front camera here. You guys can get an idea how nice this thing is. This is solid though, folks. Holy smokes. Let me put this down. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to turn it off for a second. Actually, I'll leave it on. Let me go get the light, turn the light back on, and then we'll get the stand again. We'll put it on the stand. Here we go. What's up? Yeah, very, very cool. So let me get this remote off of here. We'll get this down from here. I'm going to very carefully pick this up. This is big. Here, let me go back. Zoom out a little bit here. There. I'm going to pull this off of here. I'm going to put this foam box over here because we're going to take care of the box. We turned it off. I'm going to put it down on the table here. We're going to put the stand together. The stand is what we need to kind of prop this whole thing up. So let's put this, take the pieces we need, and I'll follow the instructions here, guys. We'll get this up and going. This is impressive, folks. I got to admit, it's very, very cool. It's neat how this all goes together. Looks like this just fits in. Let's go to the top view. Show you this. This is just going to fit in. And let's see. Great Goonie Goo Goo, yeah. Same here, very exciting. Yeah, very impressive. Oh, Ian Bowen's in the house. He's from the UK. Very good. Hey, Ian, if you want, man. In fact, I'll tell you this. If anybody wants one of these, but, you can't get it. It's only in the continental United States, I think in Alaska and Hawaii where you can get this now. But you can have it shipped to the United States and then have it sent over. There's companies that will do that. Also, if any of my viewers want one of these, you can order one and I'll find, if you guys pay for the shipping, I'll find a way to get it over to you. I'll ship it to you. So I ordered several of the new one, not this one, but the Motion Picture Enterprise. If you guys want one of them, just get with me, and if you guys want to ship it to me, I'll get it sent over to you. For no, I don't know what the cost to do it, but we can check it out. So here, I'm going to show you this. Let's get the stand together. I'm going to go into this little parts bag here, which is right here. Let's do this. Let me get the tape off of this thing. And let's see, let's get these screws out of here. This is the, again, this is a sort of there's a rare earth magnet here. This is for the top of the saucer section. Just covers up the screw area. It's part of the impulse engines or whatever. So I'm going to put these screws in here. Put this one here. Put this one in here. Let me see if I can get these on here. It just taps into the plastic. Let me try the bigger screwdriver area. Let's get that tightened on. This is about all the assembly you got to do for this, mostly just for the stand. Let's get this one in. Very easy stuff, folks. Very easy to get that in place. Let's do that. Pretty simple stuff. There we go. Get the back one on. Probably should make these fairly tight. This just taps in the plastic. That's all it is. Just some self-tapping screws. Don't want to strip it, but I don't think you can. You don't want to get it on there pretty tight because you don't want this thing to wobble. Yeah, get it pretty tight in there. That's pretty good. And then that's actually pretty solid. Once you get that on there, it's pretty solid. Let's see if I can put this down. Let's go to their front view here. There we go. Let's see if we can get this standing upright. See, I don't know if it sits by itself. I don't think it needs the weight of the saucer section to hold it there. Yeah, it'll just stay there by itself. So that's what that looks like. But this thing's huge. Is it a little tail heavy? Maybe a little tail heavy, but no, it stays on there okay. This is just the back section. Back section of the ship. I just started the engines. Started the engines. So you guys can see what that looks like. There it is. I'll kind of go down a little bit. Do a little zooming in there so you guys can check that out. Look how nice that is. That is Mac Daddy, baby. That's very cool. Yep, there it is. So here, let's back out. This is actually, you know what? Let's see what is the back section of this thing weigh? I wonder if I can put this here. Let's try this. Put this on. See what I'll do. See if I can go to the top view here. This is my scale. Let me put it on pounds. See what this thing weighs in that. It should stay right there. So that weighs 8 pounds is what this thing is telling me here. I don't want to knock it off the table. But yeah, 8.1 pounds, 3,600 grams, 129 ounces together. So pretty heavy beast there. So let's take this and put it back over here. Let's together, put that down there. I'm just doing one part at a time here because it's kind of cumbersome. Let's go. Oh, let's turn that off. There we go. All right, so we got the back half or the front half of this thing right here, which we'll just screw together. And we go ahead and get the top view in there so you guys can see how this is going to go down. Let me move this kind of out of the way. There we go. Let's flip this. And let's see. Oh, this just plugs in. This is pretty simple. You take this pylon here. I think I'll care which way this goes. Put it kind of down in there. And then this is just going to sort of fit on here. Let's kind of line that up, I guess. Better, yeah. Let's see. Maybe I can put this in here. Yeah, I don't think it matters which way that goes. And then all this just sort of fits down in there. Very neat. Very neat. All right, cool. And that just holds up the whole saucer by itself. That's what this is supposed to be. So under here, looks like there's one screw here and one screw here, and that's it. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll tighten those all down. Let's get this on here. Better, I'm not sure which one's the screw. That one's got a little play. That one doesn't actually, so that's the one to use. Try to use one without so much play in there. Let's see. All right, see, let's see. Wes Motion RC. Wes is in the house, guys. Wes from Motion RC is here, checking it out. Cameron Williams. I'm just trying to name some names that I'm seeing here. So let's see. Michael Genius, and yeah, thanks for coming by, checking this out, folks. I was gonna just do this myself, but I figured, what the heck? Let me just show it to everybody. Again, if you guys are interested at any point in time, remember. I don't have any, like I said, there's no affiliate marketing or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to kind of show this off, sort of help the Tomy guys or people that are interested in one of these. This is the model that's available now. It's not this one, but it is the, and I just threw that up there for everybody to see, is the Motion Picture Enterprise, which is this one. So you can pre-order it today. It's a crowdfunded campaign. Again, you can only get it for a certain amount of time, and then it's gone. So, and they're making great collectors out of it. You can see here they've already funded it in the first 3 days to $2.9 million now. 209% of their target was reached. All die-cast model, $6.99. Some people buy one, some people buy two, some people are buying 3 of them. Because once they're gone, folks. You can kind of go through this and see the detail of it. This one's going to be USB powered as well. So, again, the reason I'm showing you guys this original series model is because this will give you an idea of the quality of what you're going to get with that one. So, let's see. Let's get this tightened up. It's pretty good. All right, that's cool. So, very neat. So that is it for that. So let's get back to here. I'll show you guys how this is supposed to all fit together. And let me get back to my screen here, get back to the right place. So I can see the chat log with everybody on there. Let's see. Yeah, this is neat. So let's get this in the back. I'm gonna hold this. I don't want to drop this. If this ever fell, it probably gets, yeah, it may not get destroyed. It's metal. And let me grab the saucer. There's your saucer section here, and then this is intended to be put like this. So we're going to get this and put this, and lock that in. This is meant to hold the saucer by itself, so this actually can sit here. The idea of it, anyway. I almost feel like it needs a pad or something, but the idea is to show the saucer separation, and the saucer flying off by itself, but. I don't think a lot of people really needed this or wanted this necessarily, but it's kind of a neat feature. That's kind of how it was. And a lot of people didn't like the magnitude of the stand that was here. So if I go to the top view, you guys can see this covers up the screw hole. This is metal too. All of this thing is metal. This goes in, I think, like that. And then a rare magnet just holds it in place. That's just the back of the impulse drive. So lift that up. And then the idea here is that all this kind of comes together. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to connect both of the stands together. And I'm going to throw this thing on here and get the two of these together so the model is actually together. So again, just to kind of reiterate a little bit so you guys can really see what this looks like. These are the mating surfaces, these two areas right here. And I can zoom in on that for a second. These are the areas that connect the interconnecting dorsal fin for if the ship ever has a reason to detach. If the back half's going to blow up, the front half go out. They did that in Next Generation. But you can see this is all, again, probably from the Starfleet technical manual, how the two of these saucer section can separate from the main section. So anyway, here, let's get this, let's go back to, actually, let me go back here. Go back out of zoom. Let's see, so this is all going to go together. I think the way to put this together really is to get the two halves of these on here. And then you can join the whole ship. So we'll kind of stick this on here and try to get this kind of connected here. And while I'm doing this, I'll switch views so you guys can see. I'm just kind of carefully putting this down. This is all metal, guys, so you want to be careful not to. I'm sure it can trade paint on itself really easily. Because you can bang it into each other and kind of nick paint off of it and stuff. So let me go to the top view here and find my screw, which I think I just covered. Hang on a second, let's take that back off. I think I covered it with that one screw, which I might have dropped. No, yep, I dropped it. So there's one big, here, I'll show you the top view again. No, the top view here. This is the one mighty screw that you put this together with. So let me put that back the way it was. I had lost that screw. It was on the floor. Good thing I found it. It's a big machine screw. I don't know what this is, 4 or 5 millimeter, I think. With a big heavy duty machine screw going in there. Let's get this on here. There we go. Those made together pretty nicely. You can see it all fits together. And then we're going to go, this is the one Mac Daddy screw that holds this whole thing together. That'll go right in there. So tighten that. Probably don't want to cross thread that, which you shouldn't really be able to, because it's a pretty robust screw. You can see right there. Like I said, I think it's like 5 or 6 millimeters. It's pretty heavy duty. So tighten that on there. It should stay without coming off. I don't know that you can over tighten this because it's metal threads into metal thread. So yeah, but you want it pretty secure. I'm going to try and get that wrenched on there pretty tight. And there we go. I think that's all I'm going to do. I don't want to overdo it. And that's it. Front half and back half are together. Take your little magnetic metal piece here and pop it right in place. And that should be it, folks. It should be all together. So let's go back with this. There's a top view of what it looks like. Let me go back to our normal view. And you guys can see how nice that thing looks. I mean, that is awesome. Let me raise the table up. Raise the table. There we go. Simultaneously controlling my table and all this stuff. So, again, some of the complaints about this thing were this kind of ugly stand that these two separate with. And, but I have found from watching some of the videos that you don't even need that section to support this whole thing. Guys are saying it's a little bit nose heavy this way, but it should stay on the table without all of this. So, and it seems to. So probably don't want to rock it around too much. Let's see, is it unstable a little bit? No, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to come forward to keep it on the stand. Might have been nice if they made like this stand just a little bigger that would just support the whole thing. I mean, I've never had an Enterprise model that I've even built where I had any sort of a problem at all with the plane, with the ship on the stand, except for the D model Enterprise. D model Enterprise is so poorly balanced. It is not funny. It is a nose heavy, front heavy, hunk of whatever. So, but these Enterprises, along with the motion picture Enterprise, were always very well balanced. So let me go up with the camera while I'm bringing this up and check that out. So that's really it, folks. I'm going to light it up, though. Let me go get my light. The only thing I don't have a light for is my remote. So, or a remote for is my main light, I guess I should say. So let's turn that off. Ooh, almost crashed. All right, and here we go. I'm going to touch light this one. Here, let me get behind it. You guys can check this out. This is going to look nice when it's fully displayed. So here we go. I'm going to light this up, the top section. Tap it. There's those lights coming on. The impulse engines, and let me light up the main section with the engines. And I'll give you an idea what this thing looks like. I mean, it really is a slick model. Again, these are only available on like the secondary market because the whole campaign, is over with for the man. This thing's heavy. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to back out of this now that I'm seeing how heavy this darn thing is. I'm going to take all this stuff off the table. Let me put these things away in tools. Here's what I'm going to lift the whole ship up. And I'm going to remove this cover I have because I want to stick this right on the glass so I can actually move this around. I really need a lazy Susan to sort of do this properly. And I've got this little light in the back, but I don't know if that light's really helping me out here. So let me move this part of the stand. Let me turn this other light off. Let's turn that off. You guys can see how this thing really looks. Kind of in the dark. That is just cool. So, we'll zoom in. Grab my remotes here. Oh, no, no. That's the wrong one. Turn that back on. There we go. Sorry. Turn the camera off instead. I think you guys are still there. Let's see. Let's zoom in on this. Second here. There we go. And that is kind of how it looks in the dark. Yeah, it's well lit. This whole thing. I'm just kind of turning it on here because it's a little easier to turn on the glass counter here. So you guys can see the shuttle bay and all of that. I guess I do need a little bit of light. We're going to throw that on. Throw that other one on, even though it's kind of too much. What would be an idea what the whole thing looks like? I think that's a little better. Yeah, kind of in the dusk, I think it looks a little bit better. But there you go, guys. That is the Enterprise. Look at this thing. Look at this pillow is just too white. Yeah, actually that helps a little bit. So if I had something darker back here, maybe this I could stand there. But yeah, check it out. It is really a neat model. Let me go to the top view. Let me lower the desk a little bit. You guys can see the detail on this. Yeah, it's just awesome. But yeah, you guys got any questions? Making me very nervous. Yeah. Yeah, it is a beautiful model. I mean, Tomy just killed it with this thing. So, and again, no longer available, but if you guys are interested in getting one on the secondary market, you can, but they're going for quite a bit. Yeah, here, let me run through the lighting here on the engines. Let me see if I can zoom. Let me go to here. Let me zoom in. Let me raise here. Let me lower the camera a little bit. No, wrong way. Yeah, let's go down. Yeah, there it is. There's your model. Go back this way here. But you can see those engines. If I tap the touch switch, let's see, that turns them off. Click it one more time. That turns the engines on so they sparkle. Hit it again, they start rotating. Hit it again. They rotate even faster. It makes a humming sound. It's kind of neat. Hit it again, I think they go even quicker. Very, very neat. They're so pulsating now. It's kind of cool. But yeah, it's a neat model, folks. It's very impressive. I think the entire thing together, like if I were to weigh the whole thing, shit, I don't even know what the whole thing is going to weigh. Let's try turning this on. Let's go mode. Let's go pounds. If I took the whole model and stuck it on here, I'm going to lift it all up. It is heavy. I can't even do it that way. Let me see if I can pull it off the stand. Pull it off. It is heavy, boys. Oh, man, it's a heavy, heavy model. I'm just going to put it right on the stand, on the thing, and hold it up. And it's showing. Oh, you know what? It's showing an error because my scale only goes up to 10 pounds, and this weighs probably 15 to 20 at least, if not 25 or something. So, never mind. But that is it, folks. It is beautiful. Oh, and then the back section. Let me get to. Let me leave it right there. I'm gonna go back here and turn the light back on. Yeah, it is cool, folks. Let me get that where this needs to be. Go back on the zoom a bit. There we go. Let me go hit the light again. Man, this is cool. I'll tell you. Yeah, there it is. I need like a dim feature on my upper lights. But yeah, this is massive. Just to give you a size, like I said, get an idea of the size of this thing. This is heavy though, boys. Again, all die-cast metal. It is just huge. Look at the size of it compared to me. Yeah, very, very nice model indeed. So again, if you guys are interested in one of these, you can get them on the secondary market only. They're no longer in production. But if you guys are interested in, the crowdfunding campaign that's going to be going on here, let me see if I can zoom. Let me get my camera set up a little bit more so I can kind of show that off a little bit. Let me turn this a little more towards the camera. Let's go up a little bit. You guys can see how this thing lights. It's lit. Let me turn this a little bit more that way. Let me zoom out a bit. No, don't do that. Desk has like a mind of its own. So if you guys read across the top here of the screen, this is the new one coming out, the 34-inch through 1/350 scale Enterprise from the motion picture. And the one I'm showing you here now is the one down below. If you guys look it down there, this is 32-inch 1/350 scale. This is the original series Enterprise that was part of the first of the crowdfunding campaign to build this thing. So I'll go ahead and throw that up there so y'all can see this. This is it's the Enterprise there. Let me zoom this thing a little bit or move this. Let's see here. This thing is going into a different window. Something I don't want it to go to, but so you go to Tomy and you click on that. Again, that'll take you over to getting one of these. This is the again, this is just to I'm just showing you this model to show you guys the quality of what you get with this thing. But the ability to get one of these will end. The Motion Picture Enterprise will end in 42 days. So they're making the Motion Picture Enterprise very similar to this original series Enterprise, and you have 42 more days to get one, and then they will deliver it. It explains all this stuff. Essentially, a crowdfunding campaign works where you buy 1, 2, or 3, or as many as you want, really. And then on September 15th, the window closes to get one. And then around October of 2025, they deliver it. They send it to you. So the new one's going to be, you can see it right here, it's going to be USB powered. Have a nice stand similar to it. It's not going to have the saucer section separation, but it's going to be really neat. And that's the timeline for it. You can see right there. August 23 was the idea. May 24th was the first prototype. August right now is the crowdfunding campaign. And October 25 is when it all is supposed to ship. So that's when you guys can plan to get one if you're interested. So they're $6.99 each. Again, I'm just doing this for fun, folks. You know, this is one of those things. I've always loved Star Trek stuff since I was a kid. And this has just always been one of the nice models that I remember from when I was a kid. So this all lights up. It's very heavy. It's durable. It's a heck of a nice model. So anyway, if anybody's got any questions, go ahead and throw them out there. And, you know, I can try to answer whatever I can. So overhead shot looks great with the lights reflecting off the glass. Yeah. Very cool. I just thought I'd show it to everybody. Appreciate everybody coming by. If you guys, you know, if you think about it, go ahead and pass this video around so folks can see it. Oh, I never showed you the shuttle bay with the thing on there. There is a, let's see if I can get to the top view here. Let me close the window out here. Let's see. Let's get that out of here. Close that up. There's, like we saw before, the shuttle bays. And let me go to the top view. There it is. There's a little shuttle bay cover that goes on there, a little shuttle bay doors that go in there that actually close the whole thing up. So it's just magnetic and it sticks on there. I'll lift it up so y'all can see. There it is right there. That's the shuttle bay door. It's magnetic and that just kind of sticks right on. So very neat. Actually it pops right into place. So there's your shuttle bay area closed. Normally the doors kind of open and close this way, but I think they just made a cover for it with a magnet on it, so it would all stick together. So, but very, very neat model, folks. Very, very huge. Very, very heavy. Very, very neat. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. You know, it's a very cool model. Like I said, I've been into Star Trek stuff for a long time. That's kind of where I got the inspiration to fly. And you know, just to kind of recap, you know, all this stuff comes from. And this is the original, let me throw this on here. This was the original, you know, crowd-funded campaign for this model. And I just closed it up, darn it. Let's see, let's go back to, see if I can get that off my chat here. Let me see if I can close that up. Yeah, I just lost that whole thing. Let me see if I can go back to the original. where that was. Here it is. Entertainment. Oh, here I found it. This is what Tomy makes. This is a this is the kind of stuff. This is just ridiculous. I just thought I'd show you this for the heck of it. This was I think this was another funded campaign. They're also making a Back to the Future DeLorean. But check out what they made. This is an $800 combine. I mean, this is just sort of insane. But look at this thing. Look at the detail on this thing. They make some crazy stuff. Tomy does. Is the detail on this. There's a lot of stuff to check out at Tomy. Like I said, it is a 100-year-old Japanese toy company, and this was the original crowd-funded campaign for this thing. Let me see if it'll actually let me. It was just there a second ago. Learn more. It says it was just there, and I accidentally closed the window. Let me see if I can click on that and see what it does. Yeah, no. It was the fully funded campaign details. I don't know if it'll take us to it. Shoot, where is that? Oh, crowdfunding page. Let's go there. This is what the window I just closed on everybody. Sorry about that. I think it's loading up here is what it's doing. All right, give it a second. There we go. So the original campaign, which I missed out on, but I got this on the second market. Again, they funded it here. 32 inches long. Funded up $1.7 million. They had 2,500 backers. It ended 741 days ago, and they produced, I think, just under 3,000 of them, like 29 and some change, and that was it. That was the limit of it. And these are the amount of people that bought it and backed it. There's your shuttlecrafts in the back. There's your die-cast metal, and then this is, like I said, this is the best part here. It talks all about it. You guys can check all these things out. So, but here's some of the metal pieces. This is just what's impressive to me. That this is the ship we just looked at. This is all the metal parts, die-cast metal. Tomy is the master of this stuff, and now they're making spaceships instead of just cars, which is cool. So very, very neat. That's the finished model, like we just saw, and the front and the rear section that come off, separate. And there you go, folks. That is it. That's what this is all about. So again, these are not available anymore except for the second market. But if you guys want to get yourself the movie Enterprise, which I already ordered a bunch of them, I ordered a few. You guys can get it. The window is open. There it is. They're already in the first 3 days. $2.9 million, almost 3,300 backers. They hit 209%. Of their funding goal, and yeah, this thing it's impressive, folks. Yeah, it's really a neat display model. It all lights up. This one's battery powered. Again, the new one's going to be USB. But yeah, this is the Motion Picture Enterprise. It's going to be available to everybody though. So again, I'll scroll. There's 42 days left to get one. $6.99 each. So again, I don't get any commissions or anything. I'm just doing this for fun. Because like I said, I missed out on this first ship. I really wanted to get one of these. Never got one. Finally, a guy online I ran into, Brian Thompson. Really cool. He sold me one. I paid more for it, but he gave me a good deal on it. Because he knew I was a big Trek fan. And, so if you guys want one of these, don't miss out. Because they're going to be a collector's item for sure. Get one while you can. They will charge a card, bill you for it, like on September 15th. They're allowing a few days beyond that, I think, or something like that, because some credit cards may not go through, so, or could have problems, so they're giving everybody some time to sort that out. But you can get as many of them as you want. They will build apparently as many as necessary, as many that are ordered is the idea. But once they're done producing them, once they're done manufacturing them, they're gone. They'll never be able to get one again except for the second market. All the molds will be destroyed. And look how nicely that thing all lights up. That's just cool. Very impressive. Shuttle. I think the shuttle bay doors are going to open too. They didn't go into all that. This is just the model you're seeing here for the Motion Picture Enterprise again. It's a plastic display model. It's a plastic prototype they built just to kind of show you proof of concept of what it will look like.
and they'll make some little changes to it probably. Mostly die cast, 85%, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be neat. I'll have both of these probably displayed next to each other in the house here. But they're going to have a little Vulcan Surak shuttlecraft that you guys can see right there, which will detach and it can connect, I think, to the back of the ship. And yeah, gonna be a neat model. So guys, check them out on with email, Facebook, Instagram, their website. They're doing a lot of media on this one. Like I said, it's pretty impressive that they've gotten to such a. Let me click a reboot here or a refresh page thing. If you guys go to order one of these, you got to make an account, just your password like you do with everything else. And let's see. So right now they have, yeah, they're at 32.98 backers. Let's see. 2,870 people have bought one. 323 people have bought two, and 109 people have bought three. So add all that up, I think it comes to 38 or 3,900 that are going to be in production for now. So with 42 days left to go. So check it out, guys. At Tomy, again, 100-year-old. Tomy's a 100-year-old Japanese toy company, and they make sort of the best of the best when it comes to, die-cast models. So very, very cool stuff. And right now you're looking at, the one I bought on the secondary market. This is the these engines hardly move at all. I mean, they're solid. I mean, it's cool how durable, how rugged, how nice of a display model this thing is. So. Yeah, it's very, very cool. So, but yeah, they did a great job on this thing. I'm impressed. Very, very nicely well lit. So anyway, cool model. If you guys have any questions, throw them out there. I'll do my best to answer. I'm not the total expert on this, but I know enough about it. So, but check it out at Tomy and all that. Let's see. I got Jono Edwards is in the house. Always good when Jono shows up. Mate, thing looks sweet. Great show. Where do you get the dilithium crystals? That's from Kenneth Christie. Yeah, that's good. So you got to go to some planet to get them. You might be able to use Keith said Epsilon 9. Airhammer said he must know. So, I wonder if you could substitute a beryllium sphere for that. If you guys know what movie that was from. So, yeah, if you guys get a chance in Galaxy Quest 2, that was awesome. Roland 314 says he's getting the refit himself. I was just surprised someone had a TOS version who hadn't opened it yet. Secondary market makes sense. Secondary market makes sense. Those prices though, yeah, they're expensive, man, to get one. I got a reasonable deal on one, but it still was more. I spent more than $6.99 for it. Let me put it that way. But they're, the thing is they're going for at least $2,000 now. You can't get one of these for kind of less than that. People are paying $2,000, $2,500 for these things. They're just not made anymore. And that was the idea. Limited production, and then they destroy the molds after the fact. So it really becomes put stock, Ayrson Rich. I don't know what that means. Put Spock ears on. Oh, put Spock ears on. Yeah, well. So anyway, yeah, guys, Star Trek is one of those things I've watched for a long, long time. I watched it when I was a kid. I'll go over some of the stuff I put up here before. The history of Star Trek goes a long way, guys. I'll kind of cover it again real quick. This is Gene Roddenberry. He was a bomber pilot, flew B-17s, guys. That's the connection, He flew B-17s in World War II. After World War II, there he is, pilot for Pan Am. So again, Gene Roddenberry wrote Star Trek based on, his experience as an airline pilot. So, and watching that stuff as a kid, man, got me involved with aviation, and I didn't even know why until, like I said, about 5-10 years ago. I was, I realized, wait a minute, Roddenberry was an airline pilot, so he was either a captain or first officer. I don't know how high he made it, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, in Star Trek there was a captain and a first officer, and there was, the ships ran on main engine power. When you fly an airliner, the engines not only propel the plane, but they produce electrical energy. They have generators to produce electrical power for the plane. They produce at least jet engines anyway, produce pneumatic pressure to power the air conditioning and the pressurization of the airplane. And then they produce hydraulic power as well for hydraulics, landing gear, flaps, whatever is hydraulic powered. So you got main engine power. You also got an APU in the tail, an auxiliary power unit. So, and then when you're sitting on the ground without any of that running, you're down to batteries. You turn batteries on, and then you start your APU. Your APU starts your engine. So that's kind of how airplanes work. Starships work the same way. They have main engine powers that run anything. When those are down, you're down to auxiliary power, and then down to batteries. If you've watched Star Trek, everything is termed that way, and that's because Gene Roddenberry wrote Star Trek from the perspective of an airline pilot. So everything that he did, it came from his life experience, as an airline pilot. So again, I feel like I was being groomed the entire time I watched Star Trek, not knowing that it kind of, a lot of people model their lives after this stuff. They named the first shuttle Enterprise because everybody petitioned. There's Gene with the Starship Enterprise. And people became ship engineers. People became ship builders because of Scotty. Again, Lieutenant Uhura, first black female officer on TV, kind of gave the black community kind of a boost because it helped bring us out of all that segregated times and stuff. And there you go, Gene Roddenberry, from airline pilot to Star Trek creator. And then, again, the Enterprise came from one of the planes that he flew, which was called the Clipper Enterprise. All the Clippers, the planes he flew, were called Clipper something. Clipper something. You guys can check out this link. In fact, you know what I'll do? Let me put this. You guys can check this out. Read this yourself. This is some awesome stuff. Copy. Let's go here. Let me paste this for everybody to see. Let's see. Let me put that in the chat window. Paste. Send that along. So I'll give you the link for that. But so he just changed the name from Clipper Enterprise to Starship Enterprise. And like I said, I was influenced by this drastically, but didn't figure out until way later on that I'd been so influenced by all that stuff, by watching Star Trek, that that's where I ended up, was captain of my own ship. So it's kind of neat. It was a cool parallel that I realized I was sort of following that path, but not until after I made it there did I go, wait a minute, I was just been watching this show, and I kind of ended up there myself. So this was just a couple weeks back, as I upgraded to captain here. So I don't go where no man's gone before. I go where all men have gone before, but I do go boldly. So you kind of have to be a little bold to sort of captain a big machine like that. So you got to have a little boldness in you to do all that. So it's a lot to take on, but anyway, thanks to Gene Roddenberry and folks like me, found some direction and path to go on. So what is it, Scotty from Star Trek, James Doohan. A lot of people approached him and sent him letters and said, you know what, I became an engineer because of you on Star Trek, watching you as the engineer. That's what drove me to become an electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer, or something like that. So, there was a book years ago too called All I Need to Know About Life I Learned in Watching Star Trek. And a lot of that talks about how people, learn how to do things throughout life watching Star Trek, because that's all Gene Roddenberry taught people was in Star Trek. Was he was commenting on man and society when he created Star Trek. So he sort of showed people morality and the way you treat people and how you should live your life and the goals you should try to accomplish. He did that all in a science fiction setting. So let me see this. This is an alarm going off for nothing. So he blazed a path for a lot of people to kind of follow, and I was one of those guys that kind of ended up in the center seat. So anyway, thanks to Gene Roddenberry for all of that. He inspired a lot of people to go in good directions. So anyway, so that's a good story, and it's all good stuff. So anyway, So guys, if you guys are interested in one of these, this is the scene I remember the most from the original, from the motion picture. This is the Enterprise. That's this stupid window thing's driving me nuts. You guys can't see what I'm seeing, but this is for those of you who are huge Star Trek fans. We all saw it on TV, and then when we saw it on TV, it became a movie in '79, and this is the first time that we all saw the Starship Enterprise redesigned, refitted it, and on the big picture. And this is the model that Tomy is making, kind of for everybody. So it's really nice to be able to get one of these. But every time I see this scene, it just blows me away. The first time you see the Enterprise, in a realistic setting, as opposed to just being on TV. Scotty's giving him the tour. He's letting him. This is the first time Kirk's seen it after it went through an 18-month refit, where it went from this ship to the redesigned, more kind of Ferrari-like looking Enterprise. It was meant to be a little slicker looking, but this was a real emotional scene for Star Trek fans. Great music, great cinematography. I think this was an 8-foot model. I could be wrong. If anybody wants to correct me. But this was I think an 8-foot model, and this was them working on the ship, and this is the first time Kirk sees it. And you guys can see it on the motion picture, in the Star Trek motion picture. And you guys can get that model now, again from Tomy. This is the crowd-funded campaign that you guys can get in on if you're interested in one. Again, check it out. I'll throw that link in there for you. In fact, let me put the main site. This is the main site for Tomy. Let me copy that, and I'll throw it down there, and I'll get back to this video here in just a second. Let me get back to that part there. I'll put that here. Put that there. Let me hit enter. So there's your link to Tomy, folks. And I'll put that back on so we can kind of all watch it. And this was the big reveal. Scotty's just bringing him from the back so we can see little bits of it through the dry dock, space dry dock. And then he comes around to the front and kind of points towards the front of the ship. And then you get the sort of bunny shot, so to speak, where you get the big front view, which is long. And this was the music that carried on through even to the Next Generation. This became the music for the whole 6 motion picture series, the Next Generation, the whole deal. And he goes on a tour of the whole ship. So this is going to be a beautiful light-up model. I can't wait till Tomy gets this out. But got to pay for it now. And then the model will come out around October 2025. So anyway, check it out. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, they go through this whole, he flies all the way around the ship and checks it out. Goes above it. Yeah, it's neat stuff. Hopefully my video doesn't get flagged for this, but I'm just showing somebody else's video, so I figure if it's on there, they're not going to flag my video, I hope. So, let's see. They could, though. I'm just showing what's already on YouTube. And there they go down around the impulse engines and all that kind of stuff, so. And there's another tail view of it as they're approaching the port side travel pod dock. But anyway, it was awesome. Neat to see this stuff. And there he is doing a turnaround, docking onto the ship. So anyway, I hope you guys dig this. Always love watching this movie. Some say it was a little slow, but it was cool. Actually, if you guys go see the motion picture at all, if you haven't seen Star Trek Lifted, watch the director's cut, because the director's cut was much better. It had a lot of filler. They redid it, the director's cut thing, and the version, the director's cut version, they redid it so that it made more sense. They filled in some areas, showed some new shots that you're like, oh wow, if I saw this, seen this, I might have actually understood it better. So anyway, that is it, folks. If you guys want to see another really good video, this is another one by Denobi 2 copy. Actually, let's look at something else real quick. Let me put this in here. I'm going to go into here. This is Roland let's do this. Paste. This is a copy of Denobi 2's video. He did a really good job showing this thing off. This is just another YouTube guy. He did a really good job. I watched some of his videos on this ship, and he really shows a lot of stuff about it, kind of like I did. He just does it condensed. Mine was a live show just to show it to you. And he gives a really good, his good impression of it, and I like how he did it. And then also he has, and this is another one where he does a Q&A, and I'll attach this to show you guys. He went to 3 days ago. Here, this is a video of the new ship where he asks a bunch of questions about it. Again, this is the plastic prototype of the ship where they show us some of the lighting effects of it. This was at the, I think it was the Las Vegas Comic-Con or something like that. And here, let me give you a link to this as well. I'll put that in the description too, so you guys check it out. Again, I don't know this Denobi guy, but he does a real good, he does a very good video on this stuff that you guys can check out. Here, I'll put the link to it so you guys can check out. This is the new ship. They just showed it off at the Las Vegas Comic-Con, I think is what it was. So, and this guy did a really nice job of showing it and asking questions of the guys at Comic-Con. This guy's showing it off, and that's what the new model's going to look like. It has a whole Aztec paint job. You know, everything lights up again, just like kind of like this one does. And it'll have some cool features. It'll have that little Vulcan Surak shuttle, sled and shuttle and all that kind of stuff. Again, this is a plastic model. It's a plastic prototype, but you guys can check it out here. This is direct from Comic-Con. And then they're going to, once it goes into production, they're going to produce this all in metal. It has some light up features, USB powered, all that kind of stuff. So very, very cool. So let's see. Lots of questions you guys. Look at that. All the reaction control thrusters light up. The dish lights up. Actually, I think it lights up in orange and blue. It has the botanical garden underneath the secondary hull, which was, they also called it the Arboretum, I guess. Arboretum, I guess that's right. There was a botanical garden under there. Like I said, all like the phasers light up. They actually flash and stuff. Impulse engines light up. Shuttle bay is going to light up. All that stuff. And this is the plastic, fully detailed Aztec paint job production, you know, or sample that they're going to make a production version of. So, check out this video, guys. Like I said, I put the link there for you. Y'all can check out. And yeah, it's very neat. I am impressed with these Tomy products. Yeah, there's the Surak shuttle that's actually going to come with it, and very, very cool stuff. So it will be of the same quality as this ship here. So, but I wanted to show you this. I wanted to kind of unbox it for everybody to look at how nice it is, to get an idea of what you're going to be getting if you guys decide to get one of these. So if you guys do get one, please leave a link or please leave a note below. Let me know if you guys did get one. I'm curious to see if anybody got one as a result of this video. So very cool ship, limited production stuff. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. So, yeah, I'm impressed with it. Looks like a shuttle bay lights up. There's your impulse engines. You can see the section there where here, let me get to that again. Where the main like right back here on the right side of the dish is the like the meeting hall or the rec room area. The engines on the inside all light up here. Yeah, let me see. They just showed that a second ago. It has a couple of modes you can put it in. Yeah, see the engines light up there on the inside. That'll light the whole inside of the ship. All your shuttle bay lights and everything. The shuttle bay, I think, is supposed to open too. I just don't think they did it on this prototype model. Let's see what else there is. Let's see if I can go along here and just I can lock onto that. I'm showing you this, guys, right from YouTube too. So this is all just loading up on my loading up as I'm showing it to you live on YouTube, really. So let's see if I can get to some other parts here. Yeah. Now they show this with these little stick supports, but I don't know. Nobody knows if that's going to be on the final production version. They put it up there for the model, probably because it's a plastic model. And it's probably the only one they have, and you know they wanted to hold it up. They're probably holding it up, kind of like Weekend at Bernie's. They're probably holding it up because it's got to last all the way through the whole campaign, you know. So I wouldn't take that. I don't know if those struts are going to be there. Some people are afraid. Also, the stand. You can see the stand right here. Stand has lights that shine up on the model and light it up. So it's going to be really cool. It's really nice how they lit it up as though it was in a dock. What would be really cool is if they built a dry dock illuminated thing to go around it, and that would light up. Maybe somebody will 3D print a kit for that, where you can do that. But man, if you could put it in the dry dock and have it all lit up, that would be neat. But check this out. Look how nice this thing is. I mean, holy smokes, that's a heck of a model. It's $6.99, guys. It's not cheap, but I think for the money, I think you're getting your money's worth out of it for sure, because it's an all metal, all die cast. There's the phasers lit up. They alternate back and forth. I don't know if that's that big of a deal, but still, another feature they added. There's your photon torpedo tubes lighting up and stuff, and yeah, really cool stuff. So yeah, neat model. But I need to undock this whole thing. No, I was trying to leave it on there. Yeah, so they had it on a rotating table at the Comic-Con. So, and they show you what I just showed you. This is the project page where you go to click on it, and they just did a crowdfunding campaign here, as you can see, on the DeLorean. If I'd have known there was those, I might have got one of those too, just for collect. I'm not into the DeLorean so much and that kind of stuff, but still, it'll make a nice collector piece for anybody interested in Back to the Future stuff. It was kind of an iconic car of the time, but let's see. Let me see if anybody's got questions on this. I'm going to take the chat log. Let me see if I can undock that. I don't know what that'll do. Oh, there we go. Oh shoot, I should have done that before, so I can leave all this stuff up and sort of show. Yeah, he's showing the old ship there too as well. I got the chat log open now, so I can actually talk to y'all guys about it as I'm doing this. So anyway, let's see what else we got. Bassus King says movie available for free. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Star Trek the Motion Picture and all the Star Trek movies I think are free on YouTube right now. I don't know why. I actually tried to show it, but it shows up blank. Like this video I'm showing you right here, it wouldn't show up, and I think it's probably because of some copyright stuff. So, yeah, Airhammer, I agree with you. I kind of like the battery on this thing because you don't have any wires stuck to it. You can take it off the stand, do whatever with it. I think that might be a way to go. The refit is far superior than its TOS counterpart. I don't know. What is that's Eric Madsen said, the TMP refit. Oh, the motion picture refit is better than the TOS counterpart. Yeah, probably it will be. But remember, guys, this was their first run at making a die-cast spaceship. They always make cars and tractors and stuff. So for their first run, they learned a lot about how to build things like this. And the next one will probably be better. Probably more popular, too, because everybody knows the original Star Trek ran for I think it was 3 years on TV, 3 seasons, only like 69 episodes or something. Whereas the motion picture was, it was six major motion pictures. So, yeah, the guy from Bassus King, I don't know who he is, but he's chatting with me here. Yeah, the guy from Tomy says it blows the TOS out of the water. Sure, it does. Well, I mean, the motion picture Enterprise in the motion picture blew away the original series Enterprise on TV, because this was a like a resin model with some Christmas lights in it basically, and seen on TV in black and white, or not black and white, it wasn't color, but it was relatively a rudimentary model. Whereas when they did the motion picture in '79, they pulled out all the stops and went nuts. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we got. Yeah, a lot of guys came by to watch. Yeah, so that's there's your Enterprise model. That again, that was a great shot of that right there. Let's see here. Go to this. Yeah, they're showing some good views of it here. There it is. So 85% of it. There's the model. Man, what a nice model. And it's about 2 to 3 inches longer than this one, bigger than this one is. So, but yeah, check that out. It's all illuminated, and holy smokes, it's going to be nice. The display stand, again, it's got lights coming up, and yeah, it's going to be a heck of a nice model. So if you guys want to get one, you got till September 15th to order one. They'll charge a credit card or however they accept other payment for it or whatever. But and then September 15th, the purchase window closes, goes to production, and then you guys can They'll deliver. They deliver it sometime. It'll be ready for shipping sometime, or delivered sometime around October of 2025. So you got to wait for it a bit. But yeah, very cool model. I'll be excited to have that displayed. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to probably sign off. If anybody's got any questions, go ahead and throw them out there. I'm just kind of let me see. I got another window open here. I'm trying to get my my chat window there. Yeah, the torpedo bays look cool, don't they? This Denobi video, Denobi 2, was the first, I think, video I seen where he actually went to Comic-Con to show everybody this stuff. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of detail on it, though. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm just clicking on the website and opening it up live for everybody to sort of see here. So, I'm still showing a very good stream power. Look at all those lights on the shuttle bay, impulse engines, flashing light on top of the bridge. It's supposed to have flashing strobe lights and everything on the saucer section and stuff. So, the cool thing I like about this model is this is the classic, guys. This is the original Enterprise. This is the ship that started it all. This was the one that was Gene Roddenberry's vision. It was pretty good for television. It was in fact, even though Gene Roddenberry had problems with the Paramount executives, they all kind of didn't like some of the cerebral stuff he did. They always said, I think, that it seemed like they always made, when they first saw the first pilot and stuff, they said, it was the first time we felt like we were really on like the bridge of a ship. It had that realism to it, even though it was, 1960s TV. They felt like they were really on a ship watching the show, like they were really there. So, and that was sort of the realism that it sort of brought about. I need to get myself a turntable here, guys, but this is one heck of a model. Again, I don't know, this is 15, 20 pounds, the original series ship. It is all metal, guys. It is a solid ship. So definitely get your money's worth out of this. So if you can find one on the second market, I do recommend getting one if you can. They're a little pricey now, but man, it's cool. It's very neat. And I think this motion picture Enterprise is going to be it's going to be pretty mighty. It's going to be a cool thing to see. So I'm dying to see. There's some buttons on the stand you can press to light up the certain aspects, like the photon torpedoes and the saucer lights up differently. I think they might do it right here. Let me see if it goes to blue. No, they didn't show. Okay, let's see. There's a shot where he shows that off. Where is that? Yeah. No, not yet. Almost. Still talking to people. You ready for dinner? What? You want to go get a sub? Oh, you got me a sub. She went to get subs. Amy's downstairs. She got subs for dinner. So, all right, I guess I'm gonna sign off, guys. This has been fun. Check this stuff out at Tomy. You guys have the links there. Check it out. It's a heck of a ship. I already ordered a few of them because I want to have at least one in a display, one as a backup, and then in the later markets, if anybody's interested, I may sell them off or something, because I think it's going to be a real good collector's item. Again, any of my viewers or anybody that's watched the video, if you need help, if you're overseas and you need help getting one over to you, you can communicate with me. I certainly don't mind helping out with. If you want to ship it to me, I can ship it out to you guys in whatever country you're in or whatever. I don't mind helping out or whatever. There are shipping companies for that. You can contact Tomy. Tomy will help you with. They've actually sent. I've watched a couple of emails where they said, "Oh, just contact this company or whatever." But you have to have some address in the United States, I guess, to ship it to, and then from there it can come to you. And that's going to come at a price. It's going to cost some money, something to ship it to wherever you are in another country. So, but if I can help out with that, let me know. I wouldn't mind if you guys have to. You can always ship it to me, to like my house, and I can get it over to you if you need it. So just let me know if you guys need help with that, if you're in the other countries or whatever. So, guys, that is it. I'm going to sign off. Again, check it out at Tomy. And I do appreciate everybody checking out RC Informer for this kind of different video on the Starship Enterprise here. Here, let me see if let me see. We're at 3298 backers. Let me click and refresh it real time and see what it does. Let's see if it'll boom pop up. See if anybody else got one since we started the show. So let's see. Now 3298 up to 2.9 million bucks they've had pledged now to produce the model. So very, very cool. So, anyway, guys, anyway, I'll let y'all go. Thanks everybody for coming. Let me see, is there any other questions or anything? Let's pull up my chat thing, see if anybody's there. Let's see what else I got here. Let me pull that up. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Nice meeting you. Yep. Thank bassist. Is that bassist king? Bassist. Is that like as in bass guitar or bass instrument? Is that what that's supposed to be? Airhammer, thanks for coming, man. And Eric Matson, thanks for checking it out. Let's see, watched the motion picture on YouTube for free. Star Trek 6. Actually, the last few weeks, last couple days, I've been actually watching some of the free movies to watch. So they've been putting up there. So and then I'll probably sign off with that because man, what a scene this was in the original, motion picture when you first saw, the Enterprise again here. So what a great scene that was. And this is the ship they're putting out. So the music was so good and the way they presented it was so good here. Where, you got Captain Kirk, who's been 2 years as Admiral, riding a desk. And he finally sees his ship after 18 months or 2 years. Redesigned, refitted. Scotty's been working on it the whole time. And then he goes and gets the command back, which was cool. So, yeah, neat scene for the movie. So, they don't make them like this anymore, folks. They just don't make... They don't make movies like this anymore. There's good movies out there, a lot of it's crap, but there kind of was only one Star Trek. So, and then the big reveal. When we get around to the front of it again, yeah, one of my favorite scenes here. Very cool stuff. Okay. The big reveal. There it is. Alright. Alright, guys. I'm going to sign off with that. Again, thanks everybody for watching. Please comment, subscribe, share the video, all that kind of stuff. We appreciate you guys coming by. I'm going to go downstairs and put this on my display thing above my TV, I think. And I'll take some pictures. I'll post it on the RCINFORMER YouTube channel for everybody to check out. And again, guys, thanks for coming. It's been fun. More stuff coming from RCINFORMER in the field when we get it all up and going. So, again, appreciate everybody for coming by and watching. And, we'll be signing off here. So, again, thanks everybody for coming. Let me kill my website thing. Again, appreciate everybody coming by. Let me see if I can get this thing centered again. Again, guys, appreciate everybody coming. And stay tuned. We'll have more stuff coming. I'll probably do another video of this maybe in the next week or two. We'll talk about it a little more, maybe go into some more stuff if some more videos come up. And then more RC stuff is coming. I'm going to a show here pretty soon. A couple weeks. I got an event to go to, so we'll talk about it and shoot some video there as well. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate everybody coming by. As always, folks, here, let me see. We got a couple more chats. Hang on, let me look and see. Jono Edwards, thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. And yes, bass player. Let's see. Bassist King. Yeah, my son plays the bass guitar also. So he's 19 years old. He's a big bass guitarist. So anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, like, subscribe, share the video. As always, guys, we'll see y'all next time.